Hi there, this is Robin, and it's evening now, and I'd like to offer up a restorative practice for you. This is fantastic in these stressful times that we're going through right now, or any stressful time you may find yourself in. It is worth taking the time to slow down, to allow the nervous system to reset and find its baseline. And this practice can help with that. So there's a little bit of setup involved in that you'd need or would like some great supports to be able to lean in on and back on. So I've got some extra blankets here. I have a bolster, a yoga bolster, and I've got some blocks. And I also may end up using my yoga strap, we'll see. So you may not have all of these props, but find what you can. Take a moment to pause the video. You might use a couch cushion or several bed pillows. It's nice to have something that's a little more stable rather than squishy for some of these poses, and squishy is nice for other parts of the body, maybe under the head or knees. So go ahead and find props that you might need, pause the video, and I'll be here when you get back. We're going to also be timing this, so I will time us to hold these poses for 7 minutes each. And I'm going to stay in the poses today, so there will be quiet and silence during a lot of the video. But stay with it, stay with me. If you'd like to fast forward to the next practice, the next pose, you may do so, but I encourage you to stay as long as you can. And if you'd like to stay longer than 7 minutes, you can go for that too. So we're going to begin in a supported back bend. We'll take our bolster and we'll place it the wide way on the mat. And the way you want to find the right spot is to lay back on it, have a block handy in case you need, or a pillow in case you need something under your head. And you want to have your armpits just above the top of the bolster. And I'm going to have a blanket near me so I can cover up. So I'm placing the blanket on top of me. I'm placing my shoulders just above the bolster. I'm lying my head back and I notice I need a little something under my head. So I'll place this block. And I'm going to stretch my arms out wide. I'm going to set a timer for both of us. So find yourself comfortable. Reach your arms out wide, palms face up. If there's not enough space for that, find something that feels very comforting. Take the moment to set up your legs. You may have them outstretched. You may have your feet on the floor and your knees knocking in. You may also love having the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. So go ahead and settle into this position for the next 7 minutes. Finding your breath. Settling yourself into your supports. And this practice is about being supported and about non-doing. So take the time that you need to let go. And that may take some time. Be present with your breath. Be present with your connection to the earth. And allow thoughts to drift through like clouds. This pose is very toning for the lungs. So wonderful to do at this time when we're really desiring to keep our lungs healthy and well toned, relaxed, spacious. Breath expanding in all directions. Can you release a little bit more? Can you accept the experience of doing less? to come out. Gently, gently, gently roll onto your side. We want to come out of these poses slowly. And pause there on your side for a breath or two. Feel perhaps the back of the heart where the bolster just was. And to come up, press through your hands and let your chest face down as you rise, rise, rise up. And we'll set up for the next pose, which will be a counter pose to the forward bend. We'll take a back bend that is supported. The forward bend that is supported. So let your legs come wide, but not too wide, a small V. And you can place this bolster, you can even have it right up at your belly. And if you have a couch cushion or some pillows, stack those out in front of you. We're going to be folding forward over the bolster. So you want to be sure that your head has something to land on. I think that will feel most supportive. So it may take 2 blocks, it may take some extra pillows. Just get creative with this, find what you need. You may end up running through this video once first just to see and then get all the props you need. So bolster is tucked right up toward the belly, and I'm just going to drape myself down over the bolster. And I'm going to find just the perfect sacred geometry for my experience right now. So I'm finding another prop. This feels wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and set our next timer for another 7 minutes. So go ahead and settle in. Settle into that forward fold. Let the arms find a soft drape. Allow your shoulders to let go. And see what it takes to let your spine also release. If you need to adjust some of the cushion, you could do that. If it's hard for you to breathe, adjust your setup. And if it's still hard for you to breathe, just turn your head to one side. That's okay. That's a great option. Legs are relaxed, not overly engaged. And if you need to tuck some supports under your knees, that also may be helpful. Finding a deep breath in the back of the body. The stretch is gentle and present. As you settle in, the release becomes more noticeable and deeper. For some of us, to remain unmoving for so long is a big challenge. So be kind to yourself. For some, this stillness may be a huge relief. Where can you let go a little more? Can you find softness through your hands and your feet, through the skin on your face? Can this be an opportunity for your bones to recharge? A few more deeper breaths. And we'll slowly come out of this pose. Use your hands to gently rise. Give a little wiggle, maybe a little rub with your hands along your body. Gently bend your knees. You might even use your hands to easily gently bend your knees. And we'll transition to the next pose. So we're going to work with a little side saddle, side twist. Bringing your left hip right up close to the edge of this bolster. The bolster is still laid out in front of you. And your knees are bent so that your left foot is cradling your right shin or foot. And then we're going to turn with our body to face the bolster, hands on the bolster, and just slide down that bolster and find a rest. You may need an extra support, maybe not. It might be just perfect supported twist. Allow your shoulders and arms to be heavy and as released as you can. Go ahead and settle in to this experience. We'll be here for 5 minutes. And just check in with yourself and ask yourself, is there anywhere that I can let go a little more? This is a wonderful digestive pose, so a nice practice to do after dinner and before bed. It's also, this twist is a wonderful lengthener for the side body. We'll breathe into that right side. Little hums and sighs are great. Eyes closed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. You may be breathing into little nooks and crannies that you haven't felt in a while. Wonderful. Mm. Mm. Finding the last few breaths in this shape. And sighing it out. Very slowly rising up. And finding your way gently to unwinding out of this twist as we transition off to the other side. So the right hip will come to the edge of the bolster. And your knees are bent and your feet are kind of curled around one another. Go ahead and turn to face the length of the bolster and slide down over it. And you can choose the way that your head faces, by the way. I didn't say that on the other side, but just see what feels most sustainable for you. See where you can release a little more as you settle into this posture. As you allow for quiet and the time to do less and get less information coming into your system. I call this practice an off-gassing. So just letting the excess energy drain and drift out of you. Coming into the state of being and rather than doing. The receiving of support. The experience of sensing the subtle. Perhaps even more release comes. Perhaps your jaw slackens just a little bit more. Letting your belly hang, your brow soften, the hands let go of holding. A few more deep breaths. And as if rising out from a deep slumber, gently, slowly find your way up. We'll connect back into midline by taking a supported child pose. So feet together, knees wide, the bolster's right in front of us. And we're going to go ahead and drape over that bolster. You may want more supports. So find your way with this. We'll just spend a couple minutes here. Breathing into the length of your body, the length of your spine. Being sure that you feel perfectly supported. And again, if it's too much to have your forehead down, if it's hard for you to breathe, you can lift it up a little bit with a support, or you could turn your head to one side. You choose. The idea is to settle in, to come more and more deeply into the present moment without strain or effort. A deep allowing. And here is a place of stability amidst a time of chaos and constant shift. Which allows us to let go into the moment even more so. Mm. Mm. Taking a final exhale here, slowly rising back up. And we get to cap off this delightfully restorative practice with Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. So taking the bolster this time under the knees and lying back on your mat. And again, if you'd like a little something behind your head or something over you to cover, please do so. Settling down. You can stay here for as long as you like. I will rouse us out of Shavasana after 3 minutes. But if you'd like to stay longer, please do so. The deepest returning back into the earth. You may notice a shift in your being as you land here. It's nice to have the palms turned up and the shoulders tucked under. The hands might also choose to rest on the body somewhere gently. And if you have something to cover your eyes, you may also do that. Let this be the most profound rest of the practice. And taking a deep, full breath in. And a long, slow exhale, allowing the organs to sift to the bottom of the sea. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, you are so welcome to. If you feel ready, you can come out of this just gently wiggling fingers and toes. Letting your head roll easy side to side. And maybe there's a stretch for you that feels just right to kind of bring yourself back into the room in your own timing when you're ready, rolling onto your side. And again, pausing there for as long as you like, taking your time to come up to seated. I hope this was a supportive practice for you during these times of constant shift and turmoil. It is so important to slow down and ground. Thank you for joining tonight. Namaste.